Work has to pick up if Epic Universe is to be ready to open by next summer, especially in areas that appear to be further behind, like Super Nintendo World. With Bowser's face taking shape at Mario Kart, extensive ride testing happening at Donkey Kong, and more, they may be able to pull it off. Plus, Universal has released official details for the park's connected hotel. Let's check in on progress around every part of Epic Universe, as well as new official details in today's news update. Beginning at the entrance at the front of Celestial Park, the central areas of Epic Universe, work is picking up around the park's entry courtyard. Color accents have been added to the rockwork in this area, which flanks the portal entry into the park. The icons and central elements of the Chronos, the name for the decorative part of the tower above the portal, have been confirmed by Universal to move. We even got some new official renderings in a recent video which shows some of these elements in motion. The Luna statue has been installed at Luna Overlook, at the edge of the entry paths inside the park. We had seen this statue arrive and be assembled, as well as her rabbit companion, in recent weeks. But now it is all covered in scaffolding. Here is how this statue appears in official renderings. The statue is surrounded by rockwork, as well as 2 torches, and it overlooks the Chaos, a series of cascading waterfalls flowing deeper into Celestial Park. Some of the rockwork around these cascading waters has received a coat of paint. Official footage has been released for Stardust RACERS, the park's large launched dual-track racing coaster. As part of a Ride Guys video on the official Universal Orlando Resorts YouTube channel and in an episode of the Discover Universal podcast, new on-ride video was shared, including views of the Celestial Spin. New footage was also released for the trains of Stardust RACERS. This footage shows off the animated LED lighting for the front of the train, as well as the many star points of light along the sides of the train. Onboard speakers embedded in the seats could also be seen, along with this Celestial Park logo. Looking to construction progress for the ride, the scaffolding remains around the large comet icon at the front. Work continues on the attraction's marquee, as now the 2 comets are taking shape as part of this sign. At the ride's entrance tunnel, the 2 statues are still wrapped in plastic, but we could get a full view of these statues in official video from Universal. Official story details for the ride say that the residents of Celestial Park, referred to as Celestians, have figured out how to catch comets and ride them across the night sky. Stardust RACERS has been testing continuously in the weeks since our previous update. Adventuring with Annie was able to capture footage of the ride testing both tracks at the same time. The trains can be seen here dueling, crossing over each other at the Celestial Spin, and racing side by side. Be sure to follow Adventuring with Annie on YouTube for more footage like this posted regularly. Moving on to the other ride in Celestial Park, the courtyard in front of the entrance to Constellation Carousel has appeared since our last update. Looking closely, it appears that small holes can be seen around some of the rings in this courtyard design. Temporary walls are still up around the carousel ride itself, blocking our view of the ride's progress. The foam berm around the park's central lagoon is starting to receive a layer that is green in color. The Astronomica splash pad is receiving a colorful star pattern. Nearby, one of the park's 2 Starbucks locations is receiving roof work. The Celis Tiki outdoor bar in this area appears to have one of its support columns wrapped in what may be bamboo theming. What could be twinkling starlights have been added above the entrance to the Oaken Star Tavern. Universal says that there will be millions of pixels of lights throughout all of Celestial Park visible at night. Moving clockwise around the large show fountain, Blue Dragon is seeing its first color elements added to the front. Looking closer, we can see embossed wavy designs added along the front of this Pan-Asian restaurant. An interesting deep color can be seen within the water features around Blue Dragon, leading from the Helios Grand Hotel at the back of the park. Meteor Astropub has received a coat of paint, and sections of the exterior patio seating for this dining location are in various stages of being poured. And finally, work continues to enclose the roof for Celestial Park's Phase 2 dining locations. These two connected restaurants located in front of the How to Train Your Dragon area are not expected to open until after the park opens. Heading now to Super Nintendo World, the superstar-shaped entry courtyard is finally taking shape in front of the portal into this world. Landscaping has been beefing up in this area with more trees added along the left side of the portal. Inside of the land, Bowser's face is beginning to be formed at the entrance to the Mario Kart ride. Here is a look at official renderings for this entrance. So far, only his snout and the framework for the rest of his face has been placed. A green accent color appears to have been added to the stone brickwork for Bowser's Fortress. Shortly after these photos were taken, the tallest part of Bowser's Fortress was installed, topping off this section of Super Nintendo World. We had previously seen this element staged in a lot nearby, along with pieces of Peach's castle that have yet to be installed. A sign has been added for the Turbo Boost Treats, a snack window located to the right of the Mario Kart ride entry and exit gift shop. More exterior theming is being added along the exterior walls of the lower level, like this wall seen near the future entrance to Toadstool Cafe. Work continues on the character stage in the center of the courtyard. Lots of colorful jungle theming has appeared all around Captain Toad for the finale of the Yoshi's Adventure ride. On the other side of the Yoshi ride, framing for a warp pipe tunnel leading into Donkey Kong Country, as well as the pathways into this area, are taking shape. Heading into Donkey Kong Country, tropical-style landscaping elements are being added to this outdoor section of the Minecart Madness roller coaster ride. New palm trees can be seen added to the outskirts of the area beside this screaming pillar. The Minecart Madness roller coaster attraction continues to test, now in daytime hours in addition to overnight. BioReconstruct was able to capture some of this testing, which contained several minecarts making their way around the track at the same time. The attraction's grand opening was postponed in Universal Studios Japan, but the version here at Epic Universe is still expected to open along with the rest of the park. The framing structure for Donkey Kong's treehouse has been installed atop its supports. This will act as a backdrop for the meet and greet area. The drink stand located to the left of the treehouse has had framing installed along its walls. Theming attachments are being added to make it appear like a big barrel. We can see additional themed panels staged nearby. LED lighting was installed behind the water feature in this section of the ride. This is where it will appear as though the carts are skating over the water. These LED lights were spotted testing recently at night, rapidly changing colors. Awnings have been added over the ride's entry, near the previously installed canopies that are located over some of the exterior queue sections. Green vines can be seen wrapping around this Mowgli statue near the spikes on the ride. Moving to Dark Universe, the world inspired by all of the Universal monsters, we can see coffin photo ops located inside of the entry area, as well as what could possibly be a directional sign wrapped in plastic and staged on the ground near the start of the village street. Supports on the well in the center of the village have been installed. These are shown holding a smoking cauldron object in official renderings. Exterior paintwork on this section of the village appears to be completed. At the end of the village street, the finished round courtyard for the land's main attraction has been revealed. Scaffolding is now reaching all the way up to the central tower for the manor facade for Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment. New trees have been added up against the large ride building to the right of the manor facade. A permanent safety fence can be seen separating guest areas from the manor wall in front of the ride. Spooky trees have been added between the manor and the DeLacy's Cottage food stand. And these twisted trees can be seen near the Burning Blade Tavern, the land's windmill-themed dining location. These twisted trees can be seen near the restaurant's covered patio area. The land's second attraction, a spinning roller coaster named Curse of the Werewolf, continues its testing. All of the trains appear to be completely uncovered now, so we can see the detail on each of the cars. This ride features free spinning coaster cars with seating facing both directions. BioReconstruct was able to get aerial footage of this ride testing, including the swing launch, where trains are launched and pass through the building in the middle of the ride multiple times. While hard to spot, it appears that murals have been added to the walls at the edge of the queue for this roller coaster. This may be an image of Maleva the Mystic, the main character for this Wolfman-themed attraction. Tremendous progress is being made all over How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, including extensive work that is happening at Viking Training Camp, the land's kids' play area. A brightly colored canopy has been installed since these photos were taken just a couple days later, as spotted in this recent video. Over at the roller coaster attraction, named Hiccup's Wing Gliders, work continues on exterior queue areas, with foundations poured and a new themed wall separating this area from the nearby spinning ride. The first launch for this roller coaster features both Toothless and Hiccup. Toothless is still mostly covered in this red cloth. Hiccup is now blocked by a permanent themed wall on the other side. Looking at this show scene from the reverse angle, we can spot Toothless's tail on the right. Gears can be seen, part of Hiccup's contraption that powers the coaster's launch in story, and some glider wings can be spotted hanging from the ceiling. In the story for the attraction, he has yet to attach these wings to our train before Toothless launches us early, causing us to skate along the water and sputter low to the ground instead of flying higher. The coaster's second and final launch features dragon eggs, as well as a few hidden dragon figures. Here, behind the Dragon Racers Rally spinning ride, is where the coaster track passes behind a series of dragon houses. Colorful details can be seen on the fronts of both the coaster entry and exit buildings. Scaffolding is up around the large statues in front of the Mead Hall, as both are receiving a weathered stone look. Theming for the land's main retail location continues. This structure is covered with colorful dragon houses and hillside theming on top. New, smaller dragon houses can be seen added above this open-air structure nearby. Zooming out, green cliffs and dragon houses can be seen in the foreground, with the forced perspective mountains seen atop the Mead Hall, combining together to create a complete layered look as seen from the land's entrance. A two-headed dragon has been added near the entrance to the boat ride, named Fire Drill. Work is happening on the roof of the queue for the boat ride, as many more colorful targets continue to be installed along its ride path, including more dragon shapes. Rough Nut and Tough Nut themed water cannons can be seen installed on either side of the ride path, both aimed at riders. The boats for this ride are still staged behind the ride in a maintenance area. Statues and a stone wall can be seen located around the future seating area for the Spitfire Grill, located just next to this boat ride. The final world for Epic Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, is still seeing exterior theming work on its Parisian-style entry arch. Words are being added to the top of this side of the arch. Here is how it appears in official concept art. Inside of the land, scaffolding is down within the hidden side alley, revealing markings on this building which were seen in the official fly-through video. This alley contains the entrance to one of the land's 2 dining locations, seen here in concept art. Across from this alley is the land's other dining location. This cafe features both inside and outside dining areas, and new awnings and separators are being placed for these outdoor dining sections. At the end of this street, on the left side of the land, we can see the opening for the restrooms receiving theming work. To the right of this restrooms hallway opening, we can see a red sign for stroller parking. This stroller parking is located directly across the street from the land's main ride entrance. A statue can be seen uncovered at the end of this street. Here is how this area appears in official concept art for comparison. To the right of this statue are the entrance and exit for the land's main ride, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. Moving right down the street across from the cafe, we can see a Quidditch-related facade which has received new decor near the ride's exit. Eyeglass signs have been added to a facade near here as well, and other new details can be spotted, like this sign with an owl and a book. New trees have been added to this sidewalk in this area. A weathered poster can be seen here, behind the circus tent-themed entry into the land's stage show. Weathering and much more color has been added to the theater exit facade at the end of this small street at the back of the land. The liquid nitrogen tank for the show can be seen in the background, located backstage. Also backstage, theming for this turret is taking place on the ground before it will be lifted into place on the tower beside it. Looking closely, we can see some of the completed theming on the right side. The top parts of this structure can be seen on the ground in sections as well. Once completed and installed atop the tower, this structure will be visible looming above the back of the land, seen above these facades. These facades recently saw scaffolding removed, revealing words and aged building fronts. New information and official concept art for the Universal Helios Grand Hotel has been revealed. The 500-room hotel located at the back of Epic Universe. Nearly 400 of the rooms are standard with either 2 queens or 1 king-size bed, but the hotel also features club-level rooms and larger suites, including ones named the Celestial Suites, and others that feature a How to Train Your Dragon-themed kids' room. Universal confirms that the Helios Grand Hotel will feature a dedicated guest entrance into the park, but they have also confirmed that the new hotel will not feature free express passes. Official concept art for the hotel's rooms, pool area, and dining locations were released, including Bar Helios, the rooftop bar. Renderings of this rooftop bar, as well as its view of the theme park at night, have been released. One element that seems to only be visible in one piece of concept art, which is of the hotel's lobby, is for a statue of Helios himself, the Greek god of the sun. This statue, if built, would be located on the overlook patio behind the lobby, and is depicted within a ring, just like the Luna statue near the entrance to the park, also located on an overlook. The Helios and Luna statues represent the sun and the moon, and Universal says that there will be a short ceremony each evening featuring special lighting effects throughout all of Celestial Park, where the baton is passed from the sun to the moon at night. Just like the Luna statue area at the front of the park, it does appear that the Helios statue area is also flanked by 2 torches. Heading across the street to the other 2 hotels for the Epic Universe area, Universal Stella Nova Resort and Universal Terra Luna Resort have been testing their nighttime starlights. This is the first time that we've seen both hotels testing these starlights at the same time. Universal says that there are 144,000 colorful reflective tiles on each of the exteriors for the Stella Nova and Terra Luna resorts. The tiles are made of stainless steel with dichroic color introduced from acid baths. The starlight tiles are left untreated. The bottom section of the Terra Luna Resort is being painted light blue, and it appears that the pool for Stella Nova has been filled. That's going to wrap it up for this update, but a huge thank you to BioReconstruct for the amazing aerial photographs. You can follow him on social media for more theme park photos. Be sure to leave a like on this video and comment if you're enjoying our coverage of the new park. And make sure you're subscribed to never miss an update. For even more information, as well as behind-the-scenes posts, your name in the credits, and more, consider joining our Patreon to support what we do. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.